Well, Nontobeko Sibisi was at the music icon's family home yesterday. She joins us in studio this morning just to give us some idea of just the reaction to all of this, what the music industry has been saying. Nontobeko, good morning. I mean, let's talk first about this diagnosis. Just a couple of weeks ago, we saw the headline on some of the front pages. It was literally about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And now we hear this. I mean, did the general public just found out that Mandoza was sick? And then this happens. But what was the music industry? Was it common knowledge before that
I mean, if you remember correctly, back in 2015, he was initially diagnosed, he was in and out of hospital. He was reportedly being seen. But the family always, sort of played it down to say he just has a sinus problem. But he eventually got out that, in fact, at that time, he had throat cancer. But fortunately, back then, the wife came out and Mduduzi Tshabalala and said it was all cleared. There was nothing wrong until a couple of weeks back, Mandoza's producer, who worked with him back in 2000 with the album Galagata, he posted a picture and saying that, he's in a really bad shape. Please pray for him, be with the family and give them the right respect. And then I spoke to Mduduzi Tshabalala, who had said that Mandoza had been complaining about having headaches consistently and really, really painful headaches. They went to the doctors, not much came out from the tests there, but eventually they did an MIR scan, which eventually revealed that he had a tumor at the back of his eyes, which inevitably led him to be blind, which is what we saw at the SABC concert.
And that's it. I mean, he was performing up until last week. One has to, I mean, he really, really wanted to do that.
He really wanted to do that. We spoke to Eugene Mtetwa, a Kwaito veteran in his own right, who says that Mandoza insisted that I want to play. This cancer will not defeat me. I will win and I will do what I love doing, which is getting up on stage and performing. Because really, Yuveka, he didn't have to. He was getting treatment from home. He was still waiting for further additional treatment to come from the US. And he just said, I'm blind, but I'm going to perform. And hence you hear in some of the videos, he says the devil is a liar. This cancer, we will defeat it. We will defeat it. And he did defeat it through his music.
I mean, it wasn't an easy time for him as well. I mean, I was surprised to learn that he was just 38. I thought that he was a little older. And then you go back and you read about his life, and it hasn't been that easy for him from the start, never knowing his dad. And
he is a true story of success. I mean, by the age of 16, he was already in prison for 1.5 years. After that, he says, you know what? I'm going to start a Kwaito group. It's going to be called Chiskop. Me and my friends, we're going to sing. They hustled it out for a good 8 years. After that, he saw that he had that individual talent. He started going solo. He launched his solo career in 1990. By 1999, 2000, Galagata came out. It was multi-platinum
every
selling.
Party up until now.
Yuveka, he was winning Song of the Year, Album of the Year. It was his time. He would go to the Metro FM Awards and would scoop 5 categories out of the 10, He gave us that crossover music that, almost reminded us of 1994 and Celebrate, especially with Nkalagat.
Tell us a bit about the family. You were at the house. I mean, am I right? He died on his wife's birthday.
He did die on Paul's birthday, which was one of the most saddest thing out there, how we found out. But the family have just asked us to just respect them for now. They will be having an official press briefing later on today to almost talk about, just furnish more details about what exactly happened, because it all just stumbled up haphazardly. Could we confirm? Is someone from the family saying anything? But most of them were just keeping mum and saying, can you just please respect our spaces? Even when we went there outside the family home, they said, can you just please keep a good distance? They wanted to just be kept aside to also just absorb what exactly is going on.
Who's he survived by? His wife?
He's got wife, he's got a couple of sons, one who was also, I saw, who was reportedly speaking on another TV station, also just lost for words, just trying to piece himself together and find out what was going on. I mean, he was sharing a narrative saying that I was growing up and I wanted to go to boarding school, but my dad always said no, no, no. And he says, it's only when I was older that I realized why Mandoza kept on saying no. It's because Mandoza didn't have that much of a father figure. And he said, son, you will stay here because I want to have what I didn't have with my father, So we're expecting to hear more of those from his siblings, from his family, Mpo also,
All right, so we will get those updates from you a little later on.
Definitely,
Thanks very much. All right, that's our reporter, Nontobeko Sibisi, just looking back on the life of Mandoza.